Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World. Today I'm making a few wee gifts to pop into the new catalogues that's being posted out soon. So I've gone with a wee thing of coffee and a wee bar of chocolate. So just wanted to package them up nicely and show off a few of our new products. So I thought I would share how I made these with you. What I'm going to use today is the lovely new in colours. They're absolutely gorgeous. The wee 6" by 6" papers, the colours are beautiful. I really wasn't sure about them when I first came across them, but once I got them into my hands, yes, I do. I just adore them. I've made some lovely stuff today for the catalogue, so you'll all be getting a nice wee idea of what they're like, and I'm sending out one of these as well to show you the lovely colours. So the two colours that we're going with today will be the polished pink and, where are you? The pale papaya, beautiful colour. And the stamp set, it comes as a bundle actually. It's called Flowers of Friendship, and it has a punch with 2 flowers and a large leaf and a small leaf. So brilliant wee set to have as well. So we'll be using that too for the wee flower. So let's get started. Where is my paper? You need a piece of the pink, or you choose whatever colour you want. The next two that I'm making will be the pink coffee, which is cookie dough flavour, yum, and this one is double chocolate flavour. So it comes in purple, and I thought it matched lovely with the fresh freesia. So this time, get your piece of paper. It needs to measure 6" by 4.5, and we're going to do a wee bit of scoring. I think I'll show this nice design on the outside. So we want to score it at, on the long side you want to score it at 1/2 inch and 3.5 inches. And on the shorter side you want to score it at 1.5 and 3. inches. So now we want to cut a wee bit out of these 2 sections that fold in the centre. We're going to cut from here to give that wee V. You can hardly see it with the coffee, but it just lets the chocolate peep out, so I thought it was just a wee bit decorative. So score those 2 lines where you have done them, so that you can see them, and even score that one just to mark it. Now it's not a line you really need, it's just there to guide it, but it's not doing any harm by putting it in. So either do it on your cutter or with a knife and blade, whatever you're used to using. Line up your point from there to there, chop it off, and then do the other one from there down to here. So those guides that you scored help to keep you to the right wee element. And that gives you that shape. So now you want to score this one up. Just using my fingers. And we're cutting away both sections at either side and keeping the centre bit. I'm not chopping it in, I'm keeping the whole end of it, if I can see it. So it's just up to that wee 1/2 inch line. And that gives you that shape, and that's all you need to worry about. So I'm going to use this now and give it a good firm. Just make sure everything's lining up nicely for you. Pink is lovely. I am a big fan of pink, so this pink really rocks my boat. I love it. So they are going to be crossed over this way, and I wanted to corner those wee corners at the top. Not that you need to, and I don't even know if it's going to catch it, but we'll give it a go. Just finishes it off a wee bit nicer, doesn't it? So do that to both corners. Whoops. And then we're going to do the sticking. So we want to stick this one first. and it sticks to that. So you're just putting the glue on this wee bit here, or you can use your red tape or sticky tape, good strong tape, whatever you have. So fold that one over and just make sure it takes nice and well. And then this one's going to fold to here, so you know you're putting a wee bit of glue. In fact, you can avoid putting glue there and just put it on this section so that you don't get it anywhere you don't want it. And it will be held all right. And just make sure it takes nice and well. Now we sort of have a wee end down there where the bar is going to come down to about here, which gives us a good wee tight finish there. So we can actually pop that bar in. Where are you? Just fold up that end bit out of the way. You can stick it down if it's really rotten, you know, sticking out on you. But it should just slide in nicely, and I actually want this one to go back as well. Can you get it? Just so it's not sticking out the top. And just push it down so far that you still are left with that nice wee area there. And just give it a good crease. And that means you're not going to be bursting out of the bottom of your packet. And that's your chocolate bar covered. Now we want to do our wee band, and I chose this yellow to go with it just because I thought it was nice and bright and sunny and good for spring. So pop this in. I'm going to use this nice check side on it. The other side has like a wee fleur-de-lis sort of thing on it. So you want to score your band at 1 inch, 1.5, 2 3/4, and 3 1/4. And that should give you enough room to maneuver everything around. So you can score those if you like. It's not a necessity because they will fold around for you. But I want to show you exactly where to put your glue at this stage to make it all hold together. So that's sort of building round like so and crossing at the back. We want to put glue on this and on this, but don't go onto this part at all. Get that glue right over to that score line there so that it holds firm to give you the loop for your coffee pack. I'll put the other bit of glue on in a minute. We're going to use the score line sort of to line us up to where we want to keep this. Probably a wee bit lower than I prefer, but it'll do the job. So you want to make sure this bar is holding and your back bar. Just give it a nice wee press so that all the glue is taken nicely for you. And I'm using that line to keep it nice and straight, but you could have gone on up with this nice pattern because it would keep you straight anyway. So go in now and do the same. You have that wee 1/2 inch block there, and you have this bit here about 3/4 of an inch. So again, bring it up to that score line. I'm not sure if you can see it very well there. And out to this. You can see where I've scored it there. So you've glue on this bit and on this wee bit. And at this stage you can pop in your bit of coffee. And just make sure that other wee bit stays down. Wrap this one down and it's going to line up and go there. And that gives you a nice wee loop to secure your coffee. And this wraps around and meets with this one. Very simple. Just make sure that this one adheres where you want it to. Make sure the glue gets time to set. That's okay at the other side, and that just gives you a lovely wee loop, and that should just slip in and out very easily. No bother. So now we want to add a wee flower. And you're going to need a strip of card probably, we'll stamp it out and see. And I'll tell you what you need. I'm going to go with a nice pink, the polished pink, to match the background. So you need a large flower and a small flower. Pretty easy. Let's stamp this one too. Just leave yourself a wee gap there so that if you slide that in, there's nothing else chopping off. And at this stage, you want to dip your block. I have a wee bit of water there, so I want to dip the tiniest wee bit of ink on the end there, and that's what I'm going to use to colour these wee flowers in. And this is a sort of a mostly empty Wink of Stella, really is. Not, I want to do a nice watery colour on the biggest flower. And another wee bit, I think. Just flicking out the leaves. I should really cut that off, give me more room. And just work your way around. And just watering it down slightly. You don't want to over soak this. This is not watercolour paper, so don't go mad with your water. Just wee flicks. And then for this one, I want to go in with the darker colour for these wee insets to make them stick out more. I love this wee flower, it really is pretty. I thought I had enough flowers, but when I seen this, I had to get it. It'll nice fresh for spring, and it'll bring you straight through to the summer and autumn as well. So you'll get your money's worth. Right, water the next bit down. We're just putting a very small hint of pink around the outside. I am swishing this really fast. Please do yours nice and slowly if you do happen to get this set. So that's those. We'll get this away. That stamp set has lots of lovely sentiments. I've used this one for my cards, and lovely thank you one. Two thank you ones. A large flower which I intend to use again this afternoon, and a lovely wee border. And of course your two flowers and a large and small leaf. So it is a lovely set, and I say this punch is brilliant. So we're going to slide this in because this is where our big flower is, and just line it up. It's really easy to line up in comparison to some of the punches that we have had with punched out flowers. I find this one much easier. Slide this one in. Just line it up, giving an equal wee border around. If you can. Shaky hands. And that's the flowers done. Some things out of my road here. So I'm just curling these ever so slightly, nothing drastic, just a wee wave. It's going to get squashed going in this package anyway. But you can see how quick you could make yourself a wee batch of flowers. So I'm putting a wee tiny dimensional just to slightly raise it from the other one. And I'm turning it so that it's showing all 8 leaves. So now that needs to go onto your wee package. Here you are, and I'm just gluing it. Just put it like so. Could do with shifting you down a bit. And then I do have, what did I do with them? Yep, these are the lovely new in colour jewels, and they are beautiful as you can see. And I'm going to bring the yellow one in to go with the papaya just. And there you have it. So simple. So hopefully my customers will enjoy these wee treats. And sure, if you're not a Stampin' Up person, make them for your friends or whatever, your neighbours. And if you're all sitting out in the sunshine, sure, wouldn't it be lovely to hand these out? Somebody makes the coffee and you can provide the wee bar chocolate inside. So that's it. Hope you enjoyed it and hopefully give it a wee go, and I'll catch us all again next week. Bye.